Hello, my name is NADi. I am a multimedia artist, and I am here today to try out this travel watercolor paint set from Woomer. Listen, as you know, I am a cheap girl, right? And it's not like even just because I'm broke. It's also because I really believe in intentional consuming. I always have. I grew up poor. I grew up thrifting back to school stuff. So when I am using a product, it's for a very specific thing. It's just how it should be. Come on. Anyways, so that's why I'm so excited today to try this one out and show you honestly what I like about it, what good purposes it has, and yeah, see what kind of art I can make with it. I, this year, have really been wanting to make my art setup more portable because sometimes, as an artist or someone who does just a task in one space, it can get kind of monotonous, and I have mental health issues. So I really am excited to test this out and hopefully get to use it in my day-to-day art and creation and upcycling projects. I do not really do too much with watercolor, but I am a huge fan of gouache. You can probably tell by a lot of the stuff that I, put out there. So I'm really excited to try this one out. Long intro aside, today we are going to be going out. I'm going to find a park and we'll go to it, and I will show you all of the cool ways we're going to use this travel watercolor kit. Come on now. I think that it's really beautiful getting to make art in nature, and I am a huge advocate for getting out to your local parks, but also protecting the land around us and the land that we occupy. So I'll have some resources as well down below if you feel similar sentiments, would like to check out ways to help just do a little more for this beautiful world that is so nice to make art of. That's what we're doing today. We're taking this travel watercolor kit. We're going to make some beautiful memories and some beautiful art. Hope you got your sketchbook open and you're ready to tag along.
When you open up your little watercolor kit, which is a simple plastic see-through thing with a keychain attached, you'll find 4 watercolor panels, as well as the watercolor kit itself, which is inside this other thing, which you can latch onto a belt and you slide it on out. It's got 2 palettes in there with 9 pans of color, and the color names are accompanied by these cats, which I think are really cute, like the logo. And the brush, which compacts down and makes it super simple to attach it to your tote bag or whatever you'd like. This one was a gift from my mom from Greece. And yeah, there you go. Super simple and ready to go on your nature adventure to find something to paint. I went to a nice park. It was a kind of warm part of the day, so we didn't stay for too long. But I found many things that were perfect to paint. I took videos of each one as well as pictures. So, yeah. I just found things that caught my eye, made me feel something, felt picturesque. I would have painted this whole mess of pine cones if I had the time, but anyways, here we are sketching out our pieces. I made sure, here's where I kind of messed up. I should have kind of erased over them before I started painting because the graphite just bled through. But I started using the palette and I needed some more water. I needed to wet it a little bit more. I found that when the paint is thicker, it applies a bit more pigmented. But I, on the flip side, really enjoy just using a little bit of paint to create lighter washes, which I didn't initially do when I was painting the pine cone. And I'll talk about that later. But yeah, I came in with my own mixture of brown using the colors on the palette, and I used the yellow to lighten it up, because one thing I did not quite like that much is that there wasn't any really light tones, like just a cream. I understand why not including like a white, but a cream. There was a gray even, which kind of, I wish the gray maybe had been a extremely deep, but like a black even. I don't mind a black in color palettes. I think that it is used quite well in painting, so maybe that, and then a cream color instead of having the two reds. But either way, I continued layering, which I thought that this paint did well with, to create the textured effects of the pine cones. And since I didn't think about the fact that I would need to use lighter washes for the lightest parts, I did go in and use a color pencil for the little, white things you see on the pine cone. But either way, here I am coming in from the next one with some gained knowledge from the pine cone attempt. I thoroughly enjoyed this piece. I found the green very soothing to sort of layer, because green, there are so many different shades of green that the human eye is able to detect. So adding in slowly different kinds of colors I thought was really cool, and made me hopeful to try it again and get to do even deeper shadows, leave room for better highlights, and overall just make it pop more. And on the flip side, I do think that watercolor is really nice for creating a kind of soft image, one that isn't too loud at all, and it is exactly as it is, kind of peaceful. That's why I kind of wish I had erased my pencil marks, because I think that the pencil, just the line, requires so much of the color sometimes to me. But I think, of course, there's nuance there, so I'm curious to see how my watercolor journey will progress. And I ask you, if you are a watercolor artist, what are your favorite things to paint? Do you do portraits or landscapes? Do you do specific nature shots or animals? Do you do objects, still lives? What's your favorite thing to do with watercolors? I'm very curious. So there's the finished pine cone. I did really like how it came out, and there is the colored pencil that I used. Oops. But you know what? That's okay. It's all a part of the process. So I'm coming back in, making sure to use just a little bit of a pigment with the water to really wash it out, because these berries were sort of just off-white. And I really kind of am proud of how they came out. I feel like I was learning lessons as I was going, which is what I really hope to do on this channel and within my creative journey, is just learn new ways to do stuff, try new things out, especially new mediums like watercolor, because I am a huge advocate for nature. It sounds silly because for me, for many people it feels like inherent, like, hello, protect nature. But I don't know, so many of us fail to see how beautiful and how lucky we really are for the natural world around us. I also wanted to point out and note how smooth this brush is. I've never owned one like this that has that ability to sort of just glide over the paper when packed with the right amount of pigment and water. And I found it fun getting to try to recreate those strokes and to make them smooth and bold. Especially with working with watercolor, where you're kind of keeping things light and airy most of the time and building on, at least in my perceived experience. But yeah, I really enjoyed the brush that accompanied the watercolor kit, and just for the brush strokes that I was able to get with them. It made me very, very happy. So yeah, there you have it. There's my painting process. Oops, do you guys see how I kind of fumbled that berry up? But that's okay, because there are many. And I enjoyed how small the pages were, or the pieces of paper were to work on. Made it a really nice process to get it done. And then I came in with my Micron to line out where the pencils were. So here we go. You have reached the conclusion of the video. 2 disclaimers. A, lighting ain't great. B, microphone, I do not have it. I do not have my microphone with me. I've had a very unexpected last few days, and I am just without it. So I'm going to speak very loud, very clearly, because the fan is on. It is almost 100 degrees. I just realized I haven't been looking at the camera. Anyhow, you have reached the conclusion of the video, and I wanted to show you the final piece and talk about it. So here it is. As you can see, I segmented it into 4 little chunks and put it on this piece of paper. I do not have matching paper. I am not that fancy yet. But again, I'm not looking at the camera. But this for now will work, and I thought it looked quite nice and would maybe look good in a frame. Either way, the process was really fun, and I really enjoyed getting to sit down and think of a little project for myself with these watercolors and doing it. I hope everyone out there maybe gives themselves a little sketchbook project or something. And if you are a watercolor user, maybe doing something with that. Or if you're not but you have maybe access to them. Leads me to my question. Are you a watercolor user, or are you new to the medium? Like me. I have some experience, but really not that much. I love watercolor's cousin gouache. So I really enjoy getting to sit down and use the watercolors with this. And as you can see, I did use a dark blue micron to go ahead and outline the edges, because with my lack of experience, I didn't fully erase my pencil marks before I started painting, and they just kind of bled through given the delicate nature of the paint. So I just went ahead and outlined it for this specific set of pieces. But I think that it would be really nice to use these to kind of get the borderless subject beautiful, delicate, lovely. I don't know if you guys remember the watercolor tattoos that were very trendy in 2018, 2017 maybe. Trends aside though, they're beautiful, and I really, really enjoy that style. So I would love to dive back in and explore some more of it, because I really feel like I only scratched the surface here. I really enjoyed the compact nature of it. I, of course, in the voiceover spoke more about my feelings, but I'll repeat that I would have liked maybe for one of the red shades to be swapped out for a light cream, maybe. I understand why a white watercolor might not be the best thing to add, but maybe like a cream. I immediately went in too dark with my first one, which was the pine cone. And that's user error, okay? Like, I accept that. But I was like, darn, I wish I had maybe a cream watercolor or something lighter to bring the lightness back to it. But I think that I still was able to with the yellow, which is, of course, the brightest in the primary colors. And that's why I came in with the color pencil shamelessly, but that is, I guess, not technically within the confines of just the watercolors. But I use the colored pencil for these little markings here, because I think those are just so darn cute. And yeah, I really enjoyed getting to do this. I'm excited to do more with watercolor in the future, but I think this was an excellent little stepping stone. And I hope that today or soon you're able to sit down with your funky self and with some good intention, make some good art, and maybe get out to nature, look at the beautiful plants around that just inspire you for your own life, because these are all live, beautiful things. And yeah, that's certainly why I love doing art in nature. And thank you again to Woomer for sending over the watercolor kit. I will have that linked below, as well as the discount codes, all that jazz, if you are looking to get your own watercolor set from them. But yeah, either way, I hope that you get out in your sketchbook with what you do have and make some art and thank
nature and find ways to protect it and admire it and be grateful for it. It's like making art. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you take care. Check out my other videos for more creative content. Lead with good intention. Be good to yourself and the people around you. Take care of your community. Yada yada yada. Make art. Have fun. Live life. Be good. And do your best. Good luck editing this.